welcome, and you are listening to the Surety 3 General Agency Talk Radio with your host Rod Dawson, a general agent for Surety 3, an instructor at the Florida Bail Bond Academy, former officer and law enforcement instructor, security instructor, and director of the National Surety Association. We are here to talking about bail bonding and the bail surety industry here on this program. And here's your host Rod Dawson.
Hello, I would like to thank you all for joining us and welcome to the show. My name is Rod Dawson and I am here for educational purpose and dialogue only. We are not here to criticize anyone for anything that they are doing. We are only here for conversation. Today's conversation is going to be about open carry for bail bondsmen. I and others would like to know, where do we get the authority to go around with a gun strapped to our thighs or on our side, or long rifles, or long guns? Me, as a private citizen, I just want to know. I'm also a former DI instructor in the state of Florida, as well as the state of Georgia. I have taught security officers for many of years, and maybe you know something that I don't know. So maybe you can help me, because I got a call the other day and I was told I didn't know jack about recovery. I don't know jack about jack. Well, the problem is I know a thing or two because I have done a thing or two. I've been in bonding since 1990. And that's all I ever done was recovery until maybe 10 years ago, I got into actually writing bonds. But for the past 20 years, all I've done was recovery. So I really would like to know what it is I don't know. But let's talk about it. Let's use a scenario that a gentleman called me and told me about. He told me that he's a licensed investigator with a C license, and he has a G license, and he authorized to wear his gun open. That is true. That is absolutely true. You have no argument here. Not with me. But, I have one question. Just one. When you are hired by a bondsman to recover his skip, who are you? Are you a bondsman or are you a private investigator? The gentleman told me he was both. You have no argument with me there neither. But maybe you need to talk with the Florida legislator and the Department of Financial Service, because statute says who can only recover bail skips. Law enforcement and licensed and appointed surety agents. Those are the only two can recover a skip. It doesn't say private investigator in nowhere in that statute. So who are you? So you go out to a bail bond office and you ask for a file. You can do the work, or they said they know you and they hire you to do their recovery. So my question here is, who did they hire? Did they hire a bondsman, a fellow bondsman, or did they hire a fellow investigator? So the guy told me, I'm a private investigator and I own my own investigation company. Sounds good to me. And I have a G license and I can wear an open firearm. Hey, yeah, no argument here. That is true. You can. Provided that you are on an assignment. That your company have a contract with someone or that you are required to wear that firearm. I don't know too many bail bond companies gonna give you an actual contract in writing for you to be a private investigator to locate their skip. If they do, they not. I don't know. I'm just asking a question here. I don't know. So another fella tells me I don't have to be a company owner. I can just be a private investigator with a G license. Hey, you have no argument here. That is so true. You can be just a private investigator with a G license in the state of Florida and in this world without a problem. But the problem comes in when you go to apprehend. When you go to apprehend, who are you? Are you a private investigator or are you a bondsman? That's something that I really would like to know. Exactly who are you? What is your title? Statutes do say that a private investigator and a private investigator intern must obtain a G license in order to carry a firearm, open or concealed. Yes, and by the way, C and a CC license with a G license can carry a concealed firearm, provided that is what is needed from their agency. So if you're the owner, you can write a contract for you as well as your intern to carry CC. But who your contract is with, that contract got to be from someone that requires you and your intern to be armed. You just can't write that yourself without a contract. You need a contract. So is your contract gonna, excuse me, I'm sorry. So is your contract gonna be with a bail bond office? Gonna give you a contract to find a skip as a private investigator? Or are they gonna give you a contract as a bondsman to find their skip? I think it'll be as a bondsman. As a matter of fact, I hope it would be as a bondsman. Because we got so many bondsmen running around here today without even knowing the laws of bonding. They just, I don't know. I'm not going to get into that. But anyway, let's stick with what we're talking about. I had a call, and I guess I pissed him off so badly. I almost said his name. The gentleman came to my office to sit down and talk with me. I was happy to greet him, bring him in. We sat down. I asked him, can we record this conversation so that I can play it amongst us for discussion? But me, understanding laws, he said no, so I could not record the conversation. But I truly would like to have recorded that conversation to show the ignorance of someone out here doing recovery that have no idea what he's doing other than watching TV and mimicking what he sees on TV. It's shameful of what I seen in front of me and what I heard. A bondsman that went out and got his private investigative license because another blind bondsman told him he can wear his firearm. So I asked him for the statutes of where did he get that authority. I presented my statutes to him where he can read, but he did not accept that. Even though that's law. Statutes are law. He did not accept that because he was told by another bondsman, this is law. So to me, it's the blind leading the blind. I asked him a question. You apprehended the man. And when you laid your hands on that man, who were you? Were you the bondsman? Were you the private investigator? He said, no, I was both. You were both? But Florida statute says that only a licensed surety agent and appointed with that insurance or insurer that this bond is out on can apprehend that particular person. So, as an investigator with your open carry, you're in violation of statute. And that's a charge of kidnapping as well as false imprisonment. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. That's not... Settle down, big guy. Let me show you the statute of what false imprisonment is and what's kidnapping mean. Allow me to show you these statutes. Now, with your firearm open on your thigh, that creates a problem. When it was so easy for you to just wear your firearm concealed. Who is it you trying to impress with these open carries? I got a good friend of mine. I'm not going to say his name. Look it up on internet. He's down there in Miami. He was down in Monroe County. And he got arrested because he had his firearm on his thigh or open carry. And he went into a Circle K down in Monroe County in the Keys down there. And law enforcement were called. They looked at the video and they went and caught up with him and arrested him for open carry. All it takes is one law enforcement officer to know the law, to know the rules, to understand we cannot do this. So you don't have to believe me. Take yourself down to Monroe County and open carry your firearm. Or they got another town here outside of, where is that, over the Ocala or somewhere around there? Take your firearm in that town and open carry. See, the officers there knows the laws. The officers down there knows the law. You may get away with that in Duval, Dade County, West Palm Beach. You may get away with that. Officers don't know what we can and cannot do. So we get away with things. But it only takes that one officer that knows that we cannot do this. I see on videos all the time, people open carrying on their thighs. Hell, what's wrong with your waist? But no, it looks good on the thigh. I gotta be honest. I carry too. I got a CW license and I always conceal my firearm. Unless once I cross that threshold of that house or structure, property, oh no. I'm not going through all those movements to get my firearm. We have too many bondsmen done been gunned down, done been shot. So I'm not going to be one of those bondsmen that going to be shot. I might get shot, but hell, I want to have my firearm handy. Sometimes I have it in my hand. You see, the reason that I said I am not going in a structure, house, apartment, or whatever, and have to look for my firearm because law dictates that I can do this. Under Florida Statute 790.053, it tells you, and under 790.06-1, briefly, you can display your firearm as long as it's not, let me say that again, you can briefly display your firearm as long as you or it is not displayed in an angry manner. So lawfully, I can display my firearm when I'm going inside a structure, house, or whatever it is when I'm looking for someone. Because I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. There is a provision in statute that identify the circumstances in the rule of 5N-1.131 under Florida Administrative Codes, where that a person can carry a 12-gauge shotgun and a semi-automatic rifle as a secondary weapon. And remember, you only can have 2 at a time on you. So either it can be on post or it can be in your vehicle. But at the same time, these have to be governmental facilities. And you have to have a governmental contract that requires the use of these weapons. These are not something you can get from a bail bondsman. These are something you have to have a governmental contract for. Now, I see long guns all the time, AR-15s and shotguns. And yes, there are other provisions in the law where that it says that you can have it when covering a armed car service. Armed car service meaning carrier service that transport a large sum of cash or valuables, or guarding and transporting prisoners, or close protection bodyguard service. You can have long guns doing those services. There are provisions in law for that, but I cannot find any law that says, as a bail bondsman, this is what we can carry. I found many saying we can't, but I don't find not one saying we can. But many we cannot. But I see it all the time. And that's the blind leading the blind because they seen someone else do it or someone told them that they can do it. So they figure, oh, what the hell? I'm going to do it too. That looks cool. I like that. I want to do that too. But not understanding they are in violation of law. They are totally in violation of law. Now, when I said transporting prisoners, there is provision in law for that. Don't get it twisted. It does not mean the prisoner that you caught. It means like the Federal Transportation Service, whatever that company is that transport prisoners from one facility to another facility. If you have a contract as a Federal Transportation Service or Prisoner Transportation Service, yes, you can do that. You can have exposed weapons, open carry, as well as shotguns or semi-automatic firearms. Yes, we can. But you need a governmental contract. It doesn't mean federal or state. It doesn't matter as long as it's governmental contract. Now, this guy carries all day long. You can find him in his truck running around with his little doggy, and he'll have on a side pistol, side firearm on his thigh. I remember I'm always telling him you shouldn't wear that, man, like that. You should always wear it another way. But this guy feel he's the but anyway, we up in Georgia, and we all strapping up, getting ready to hit a house. I already reached out to law enforcement up there and let them know what was going on. So they came to meet us. And this guy strapping on his firearm. I said, listen, my man, don't put that on your leg here in Georgia. Now, I was an instructor in Georgia. I understand Georgia laws. Don't put that on your leg here. He said, well, I don't have another holster. Well, then you can't have a firearm because I'm not bonding you out up here because they're going to arrest you right on the spot. They will arrest you on the spot. Don't put that on your thing here. You may come in contact with some officers that just don't know. Well, majority of the officers don't know. Just think about it. When you out on recovery, the first thing the officer said to you when he pulls up, listen, I know you guys got power but and authority, but I just don't know what it is. So they'll tell you that right away. They don't know exactly what our power and our authority is, but they will take a step back and allow us to do what we do. But the problem is, trust me, while we doing what we do, they paying attention to you doing what you do. And they paying attention to how you are doing what you do. So all I'm saying, I'm here to help. Or I'm not here to point fingers. I'm here to help. I'm here to help our industry and make our industry better, to make it great. Not great again, but great. I'm here to make sure we stay out of trouble and bring a good light to our industry. You have to remember, we are under attack. And we need this good light in our industry. We don't need to act like cowboys. We don't need to act like cowboys. We don't need to act like renegades. And we definitely don't need to be rogue. If you have the training, get rid of that thigh weapon, get your side holster, and throw your shirt over it. When you're ready to hit the house, or building, or structure, by all means, open it. Open carry. Because I'm not going to go through 2 and 3 steps to get my firearm when my life may be in danger when the fella already have his or the person already have his. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. But all I'm saying, listen, let's do this the right way and let's help one another. Again, for anyone that wish to come on the live talk radio show, please give us a call. We'll be more than happy to take this on air live at 904-677-5117. Again, that is 904-677-5117. And we will be more than happy to take this live on the talk radio show. We have no problem with that. I would love for someone to come on. and let's have a dialogue about this. Or let's have a dialogue about tasers. Matter of fact, let me talk about this taser thing one time. Just one little snippet of tasers. We have to understand tasers and the use of tasers in the bail bond industry. Tasers are not a compliance weapon. Tasers are not there for compliance. Tasers are there for self-defense and self-defense only. We are not law enforcement officers. We do not have qualified immunity. So because a person is not obeying your commands, you have absolutely no right to tase him or her. Not none. You cannot find that nowhere in law, that you have a right to tase someone because they didn't follow your directions or your directive or your orders or your commands. We're not law enforcement. We have absolutely no right. Tasers, if you look up what they mean in statute, they are there for self-defense purpose only. Only. And this is what we teach in our school. Tasers are self-defense weapons, non-lethal weapon for self-defense only. We have absolutely no right to tase anyone that does not follow our commands. Be careful when you deploy a taser. You never know if that person got a bad heart or heart problem or his heart skips a beat. See, my heart skips a beat. That's why I couldn't be tased for certification, because hell, that would have killed me. So I'm not certified. I'm not taser certified because I could not be tased. So you got to be careful when you deploy that taser on someone that has a heart problem. Can you imagine that lawsuit? Can you imagine what will happen? You got to remember, we do not have qualified immunity. So that taser, remember, it's something Janet Reno said, and I love her for this. When she went to get Ileana, I probably pronounced the little boy name badly, down there in Miami, is she showed a show of force, not a use of force. I always remembered that when she had all the ICE agents. She never told City of Miami she was coming, but she sent all those agents in there with the combat gear, and she showed force, but not a use of force. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please hit that subscribe button and ring that bell. I thank everyone for tuning in, and also, let's be safe out there, and let's write good bonds. Always remember, you won't need a recovery guy 9 times out of 10 if your bond is good. All right, thank you, and thank you for tuning in. Bye-bye.
We here at Surety 3 General Agency Talk Radio would like to thank you for listening, and also please hit the like button if you wish to receive all uploaded and updated live radio shows as well as podcast. Please ring the bell and subscribe. We would love to hear your thoughts, and if you wish to come on the radio show, please give us a call at 904-677-5117.